Firstly, Darragh, we're here at Nene Park Academy. You're just in a speech to some of the Year 11 students.
Yeah,
How beneficial was that for you?
Yeah, it was good. It was refreshing. It's nice sometimes to look back and it's nice to look forward and try and not advise, but give your own interpretation of your strengths, weaknesses, your failures, your successes, and that's what I was trying to get over to them all, that life's not always that way. Life can be this way, life can be this way, and it's how you deal with it. So it was good. I think they took it on board. There was some good questions and stuff like that. So yeah, really, really good.
It's great to have that partnership with the school
brilliant,
as well.
Brilliant. The school's been brilliant for us. With the training ground, with the facilities, with everything we're trying to do, everything they're trying to do. It's a beautiful academy, beautiful school. They should be very proud of what they've put together here. The people in charge have been nothing less than brilliant with Peterborough United. So it's a great partnership.
On the football side of things, obviously we're speaking, about 6 days we're closed with the transfer window. Just address the Conor Washington one first. Obviously, sure. A deal that's right for everybody.
Yeah, a deal was right for everyone. Good business for the club, good business for the player. People go on about selling your leading goal scorer. It's an emotional decision that you can get wrong. But if you've it's a favourite player or a player scoring goals, it enabled us to go out and get 5 key signings, that we feel are going to be brilliant for us over the next few years. We had some key areas of the team that we're struggling with: left back, right side of midfield, up front. And we just felt that the business would allow us to do better business, but it would also allow us to invest in the training facilities, because we've really suffered over the last 2 years with injuries, and we really got to put a plug in that and stop that. Because you ask yourself the question: if you didn't lose Callum Elder, if you didn't lose Jermaine Anderson, if you didn't lose Gabby, Boswick, all these players we keep losing to injury, and whether it's conditioning, whether it's bad luck, we have to fix that problem, because it's just been a constant thorn on our side, and enough's enough now. So I just felt, the management felt, everyone at the club felt it was a great deal, and we couldn't stand in Conor's way.
And one of the players you brought in, Shaq Coulter, so maybe you're quite excited about it, because he's got everything.
He's got everything. Technically wonderful. He's got pace. He's clever. He's comfortable with the football. Graham will teach him how to be prolific and score goals. We think he could be very exciting indeed. And
the relationship you've got with his manager, you mentioned it in that speech there. Sure. He's very easy to get on with, and you seem to have a great relationship.
We have a great relationship. We were out for dinner last week. We beat each other up when we lose. We enjoy when we win. He's a winner. I'm a winner. And our mission over the next 3 years is to do the impossible. And I know people are laughing and saying, well, you're not showing any ambition, you're selling this player. We have a master plan. We feel what we're going to do over the next 3 years will be the best 3 years since I've owned the club.
Yeah, how excited are you about this next stage? And
massively. The talent we've got at our disposal is incredible, regardless of the result today, tomorrow, next week. What we're doing, what we're building towards, the type of football, the brand of football that we're doing. I mean, the football we played the first 45 minutes against Gillingham was some of the best football I've seen this season. So it didn't really matter in the end because we lost. So someone would say, well, could you scratch out a boring 1-0 win? Maybe we could, but we're trying to develop our brand of football. We're trying to develop into a championship team. We're trying to develop then from the championship to go one step further. So we're putting building blocks in place, and that comes with people get sick of me saying young team, but we just feel with the right blend, the right players, we're excited. I'm very excited.
And as an owner of a football club going into January with the transfer window, it's a 31 long days, isn't it? There's still things that could happen. As an owner, how do you deal with the unpredictability of it?
You take every day as it comes. You have a plan B, C and D. So you lose a player, you got to make sure you go out and replace them. It might take a bit of time to bed them in. There's never an ideal time to lose a player, but in the modern world of football, everyone calls you a selling club. Every football club is a selling club. Everyone is. So, there's not anyone out there that doesn't have a price. Messi's got a release clause on his head. Does that make Barcelona a selling club? Ronaldo will have the same. So if Man City went and paid 185 million and activated the release clause, does that make Barcelona a selling club? So every club in the country is, and we're not a selling club, we're a forward-thinking club. So one good bit of business leads to a lot more better business, and that's the way we look at it. So we feel we've strengthened, not been weakened this week.
The 2 players you brought in from Nuneaton, obviously you're not putting too much pressure on them.
No, not at all. Aaron Williams, we've been watching for a couple of months. He's made the step up, he's done really well, he's come in to train, manager loves him, thinks he could be a very good foil strike partner, up there for someone. So we'll probably see a little bit more of him. Chettle, great talent, he's turned down 2 Premier League clubs because he wants to play football. Great head and the shoulders, technically wonderfully gifted. We feel could be a real gem for us. He's 19, so we're very happy with the business we've done, but there's no pressure on him. Some of the signings we've made are for an eye on next year as well. We brought in young Jordan Nicholson as well from Histon, another one who's exciting us every day in training. So we just, people say you got too many midfielders. Well, we've been down the route where we've had too many injuries and we haven't had enough midfielders. You can't have it both ways, and we're preparing for life, making sure that we have 2 players for every position. so that you get this run of injuries, it doesn't hit you or hurt your results like our injuries have. So we feel very comfortable with the types of players we've brought in to fill certain positions.
Next season, obviously, entering the under-21 league, but that's going to be key, I guess, for development
Massively.
of those players.
We're budgeting for that, and that's massively important. They're going to be coached. They'll have their own coach. They're going to get a lot of time. They're going to get 16 guaranteed games, with more if they do well in the cups, plus then friendlies. So they'll play 30 games next year. For some of those 17 to 21 year olds that we have at the club, and we've got a lot of talented players in that age level, they're going to get a chance to show that they can now kick into the first team. You know, and we're not done yet at that age group. We've got our eye on a couple of 17 and 18 year olds as well that are going to be one eye on that.
Will Jack Collison have a role to play within that?
Yeah, Jack's looking after the under 18s, and he's only just started doing it the last couple of months. His effect has been brilliant, and he's working well with the manager, and we're going to discuss that later on.
Some of the players obviously out of contract. I think Cozzy's out of contract, isn't he, in the summer? Where were we with that at this moment in time?
Yeah, Cozzy's been offered a contract. He's turned it down multiple times, so we'll hold his registration. He comes from our youth setup, and if he finds a club when he gets fit in the summer, you know, we'll get compensation. I think for players of that age group, and particularly someone who's got an injury prone record at the moment, he needs to be playing football, and we've given him the security of a good contract, but he doesn't want to sign it, so I guess we move on.
I think it's still another year on Erhan's contract.
No, he's out. He's out this summer.
Contract.
Oh, Erhan, yeah, Erhan's. Cozzy, I thought you were asking
sorry,
just now. Yeah, no, Erhan. Yeah, we took the option up, and at the end of the season, we'll be speaking to Erhan and probably 4 or 5 others about new contracts. You know, as regards to extending contracts, that comes from the manager. So we're very comfortable with Erhan's contract and with other people as well. We're under no pressure there.
On Saturday, obviously, the FA Cup, and it's a Premier League side, if not one of the major 4 teams. And I suppose you can go there, enjoy it, and get a result.
We're not going there to enjoy it. We're going there to compete, to try and win. And we win, then we do enjoy it. You know, but we feel we're a few games away from Wembley. Other clubs have done it. We've never really had that cup run. I've got a manager who loves the FA Cup and loves a cup run. I'm starting to love the FA Cup, regardless of who we draw or not. And it's about time we actually got a result against West Brom, because since I've owned the club, it's like just been non-stop. So, you know, we'll our players will feel they can go and they play at their maximum, they can beat West Brom. We don't play at our maximum, we won't.
And there's obviously a large following going there, and obviously
massive, yeah, it's great. 3,000 fans already. I think we'll have over 4,000 there, so I'm excited about that.
And obviously transferring that to home games, obviously the crowds are sort of
to be
going
fair, no, I mean, Southend was a great crowd, Preston was a good crowd, Luton was a good crowd. I think like 3 of the last 5 games we've had really, really good crowds. Who did we play on Boxing Day? Was it Chesterfield?
Yeah.
So I think we've had 4, 7+ crowds out of the last 5 games. So, you know, play good football, get up the league, they do come back, and that's what we're trying to do. And I'm really thankful for the support. To see those 7,000 crowds again, brilliant. We get up to 8, even better. So yeah, very optimistic.
And just finally on the academy side of things, obviously you're trying to bring these players through, but you still really want to see a gem come through, don't you? A Peterborough boy.
All the time. It's like, for me, you know, I know Jermaine joined us when he was 14, 15, but for me, he came from our academy, our youth team, you know, because he played there. Same with Joe Newell, who's now doing brilliant in the championship. So since I bought the club, it's been a big policy of mine to see those young players go on and play in the Premier League, or even with us or with another club. Love that. So for me, it's really important. I still want to have 1 to 2 per year coming through. It's key.